If you know anything about me, you know I like movies. I enjoy watching them, I like talking about them, even if it's clear I have no idea what I'm saying. It's pretty regular, I'll see a new release every week. Thus, to satiate this obsession even further, I made an account on the premier social platform for film. While I've been fiendishly logging everything I've ever seen ever, it has occurred to me that I've never taken the time to explore my equine-based obsession on this platform. There's been tons of movies made since the beginning of this legendary franchise, so let's see what this extensive social cataloging service has to say about My Little Pony. This, my friends, is the realm of Letterboxd. We'll start with the 1984 My Little Pony. I have never seen this. I don't know much about it. OG My Little Pony is kind of a mystery to me. So I think this is where T-Rex and Scorpan came from, and Megan's in this. And isn't this something castle? Something castle? Oh, Midnight Castle, right. That's, I remember that, but not much else. So let's see the synopsis. Monsters, led by Scorpan, kidnap ponies. Firefly, the OG Rainbow Dash, as I understand, recruits Megan to help rescue the ponies. Okay, that is consistent with what I've heard about it. We got a grand 3.5 weighted, and I see a lot of 5.0 ratings. I'm guessing many folks saw this movie in their childhood, and they made their Letterboxd account and decided to rate it 5 stars. No shade there. I would totally rate 5 stars to the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie because that was my shit growing up. So yeah, I totally understand. Let's see what the reviews say. How appropriate is it that the very first My Little Pony film ever made is about gross dudes invading the pony space and acting like they're entitled to them? Well then, chip on the shoulder much. I don't know what they could possibly be talking about. Look, I take my hygiene very seriously, okay? Bonnie Bell says, this slapped. I heard this did slap. And then goddamn, the 80s didn't fuck around, holy shit. You know, I'm sure if I were to watch it, first of all, it'd be impossible for me to go into it unbiased. There's little cartoon horses on screen, I love that shit. But I do think something about the 80s, animated movies made in the 80s is just raw, you know? From what I gather from these reviews, people picked up on that vibe. I would definitely watch it, and if I do watch it, you can check it out on my Letterboxd account. Alright, what else do we have? My Little Pony Equestria Girls Rainbow Rocks. That's interesting that it would have this one before the Equestria Girls and before the actual the My Little Pony movie as we know it in 2017. But we'll just go one by one. I saw Rainbow Rocks in theaters, so let's see. This got a 3.9. Wow. 10,000 people gave it 5 stars. What do people have to say about it? This is the greatest movie I've ever seen, all right? The Rain Booms are better than the Beatles. Honestly, I listen to more songs by the Rain Booms on a regular basis than I do the Beatles, so I think there's something to that. What else we got? The soundtrack to this movie is one of the greatest accomplishments in all of human history, not only within the high arts and the music industry as a whole, but for our general culture as well. I say for our culture because it was a gift to us, period. Beethoven, never heard of him. Mozart, he could never. This isn't up for debate. No exaggeration, no lies. Pure objectivity and facts. This was a great movie. I'd probably give it maybe like a 4, 4.5. The OG Equestria Girls, 2013. Via a magic mirror, Twilight Sparkle travels into an alternate universe in order to recover a crown that was stolen from the Crystal Empire. Upon her arrival, she is horrified to learn that she has turned into a... Oh my god, she was horrified. Humans are fucking disgusting. I would be horrified. A 3.6 rating. 8,500 people give it 5 stars. Oh my god. What do we have? Can we... It's the...
Can we pretend that air...
It's Mortitwai. It's Mortitwai in a Letterboxd review. Someone said gay rights, and someone else said Happy Pride Month to the only multiverse movie that's ever mattered. You know what? That's based. Let's go right into My Little Pony, the 2017 movie. I see this is more polarized than some of the previous ratings for the EQG, and especially compared to the 1984. Most people give it a right down the middle. Personally, I'd probably give it about a 4, but let's see what people had to say about it. This film taught me so many lessons about friendship. Every single song slaps and all the ponies are gay. This is better than Blade Runner 2049, Jackson. I don't know if I'd say that. 2049 was pretty good, but I mean, you know, I've got my bias towards the colorful horses, man. October Horror Month continues in earnest. Oh my god. What do you think they meant by that? It did come out in October. I remember I was working at a movie theater at the time. Our theater actually never got the My Little Pony movie. Instead, we decided to keep the Lego Ninjago movie for another 2 weeks. Not that I'm salty about it, or think that that was a horrible fucking decision by management, which it definitely was. Let's run the gamut here. My Little Pony: A New Generation, 2021. Definitely split way down the middle. The majority of ratings are right here, 3,500 with a solid 3. I think I'd probably give it a 3.5 or 4 myself. The tagline is ride or fly. Equestria is divided, but a bright-eyed hero believes Earth Ponies, Pegasi, and Unicorns should be pals, and hoof to heart, she's determined to prove it. That's adorable. I love that. Let's see what our esteemed peers on Letterboxd have to say. List of topics this CG My Little Pony movie for children covers: historical revisionism, racism, the way big corporations feed into people's prejudices to make money off of them, war propaganda. That is accurate 110%. They do all of that. See, media literacy is alive and well, hopefully, maybe? There we go. Why didn't Izzy and Sunny kiss? That's the question we all need the answer to. Why? Those cowards. Why didn't they do it? Let's move right along to Friendship Games, 2015. No tagline on this one, and it seems to have gotten pretty positive reviews. Let's see what the description says. Carolina High meets its rival school, Crystal Prep Academy, in a competition that's long-standing tradition. Apparently, Sunset needs to keep magic out of the games to avoid the appearance of impropriety, while she and her friends compete against Crystal Prep's top students, led by someone with an equal amount of interest in equestrian magic, this world's Twilight Sparkle. I love that's in all caps. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. The plot twist of the century. These bunch of movies were Brony's MCU before the MCU was really, it was kind of in full swing, but like we got post-credit scenes in Rainbow Rocks teasing Twilight Sparkle. We were in this. We were super invested in seeing what the heck was going on in this world. What do people have to say? I just think Human Twilight and Sunset Shimmer should kiss, maybe. A lot of people want to ship the characters. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Here we go. Would recommend to any 12-year-old lesbians. Sunset Shimmer, if you're reading this, I am free on Thursday night. If you would like to hang out, I'm free on Thursday night. When I'm free to hang out, I am free to hang out on Thursday night. So if you want... Please, 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 please. The least desperate Sunset Shimmer fan right here. Friendship Games. What a ride. Good movie. Let's talk about Legend of Everfree. Once again, no tagline for this. 3.1, so not quite as high as Friendship Games, which is understandable. I think Legend of Everfree was a little weaker. I think that the OG Equestria Girls, Rainbow Rocks, and then Friendship Games was the perfect trifecta. When Canterlot High School goes on a trip to Camp Everfree, they're surprised to find a magical force is causing strange things to happen around camp. Main 6 must confront the dark midnight sparkle within herself and embrace her newfound magical ability. They don't even talk about the camp counselor that turns into a giant plant monster with the worst catchphrase ever imagined. But maybe that's a spoiler, so they didn't include that. Let's see the reviews. The real enemy was capitalism all along. Yes, it was. Twilight and her support lesbians go camping. That is true. Stop making both Twilights have crushes on men. They're lesbians. You know, I'm not gonna destroy anyone's headcanons if they want to believe so. I'm pretty sure Sunset Shimmer was confirmed to be canonically bisexual at the very least. I don't remember if Sci-Twi was ever confirmed anything like that, but it's fine. I think in our heart of hearts we know Sci-Twi and Sunset are the perfect couple. Let's do some more. I don't think I'm gonna do all the Equestria Girls ones just because I think all the specials are on here. Like there's Forgotten Friendship, there's Roller Coaster Friendship, Backstage Pass. But I will do, let's take a look at the 1986 My Little Pony, the movie. I don't know what this is. This is a total blind spot for me. What is this movie? The 3.1, more dedicated OG MLP fans, I think. I see Megan there. The first day of spring is on its way, and the little ponies are preparing for it with big festival. Can the ponies defeat Hydia? And Rika and Draggle, what are these names? Oh, there's the Smooze. There's a Smooze here. And there's a Danny DeVito, there's Tony Randall again, Nancy Cartwright, Peter Cullen, oh my god, and Frank Welker. Let's see what people have to say about it. Why is Danny DeVito in this? Because he's awesome, that's why. Oh, someone wrote a thesis on here, I don't know if I want to read all that. Oh my god. The greatest allegorical tale of yuppie culture and the chains of the capitalist firm. Okay. Yeah, someone did their film school thesis on this movie, which is really cool, but unfortunately we don't have the time to read it. But we do have the time to read People who don't like this movie are boring and have no love in their heart. You know, okay. I'm sure they're right about the people who are super, super critical about this. It's My Little Pony, the movie, 1986. Come on, guys. Oh, but you know what we should watch? A Very Minty Christmas. 'Cause I've not seen it. But look at those reviews, 3.5. The only thing I know about it is the whole adventure is kicked off when Minty does some property damage, I think. The Here Comes Christmas candy cane, yeah, that's the thing she breaks, right? Minty accidentally breaks it, looks like Ponyville's destined to have a bleak holiday season. So Minty fucks up and has to fix it, is this movie. Okay. Reviews say Ponyville is an all-girls utopia. 2 girl ponies kiss. They do? Do they? Can people who've watched this movie confirm? I think I gotta watch this movie. Genuinely high ranks, high opinions all around. And once again, someone wrote a legitimate review, criticism, a thesis on it. Oh my god, there's oh my god. Yeah, I hope you got an A+ on your paper. I've got to add this one to my watch list. Being in the fandom so long, I'm a little surprised I haven't seen it yet, but the holidays will eventually be around the corner, so there's always a chance. Let's keep going. Princess Promenade. This is 2006? I forget which gen this is. I think it's the same gen as the Minty one. Wisteria is beaming with pride. Oh, there's Breezies? And there's Spike the Dragon. Oh my god, this is the prequel to G4. And this is a really high bunch of ratings here. Hey, there's that person who wrote the thesis on Minty Christmas. And I think they're back writing. Yep, they sure did. This one says, I think I know a princess when she steps on me. Huh? Okay, I don't know what to take with that. Wait just one goddamn minute. Tamer's YouTube videos are here on Letterboxd, ladies and gentlemen. That's incredible. The last thing I wanted to look at, I did want to touch on the best gift ever, which I think is one of my favorites. I think I gave this a 5 out of 5. 44 minutes. So yeah, I forget what the minimum runtime a piece of media has to be to qualify as a film. I don't remember who comes up with those standards. What do the reviews say? Hey, wait a minute, I know you. Commercialism is the greatest gift of all, a line of dialogue from an actual My Little Pony Christmas special. Peak film review from Peak Film Horse right here. Someone else said Discord, I love you. I think we've seen their review before in one of these other ones. Anyway, this is an amazing, incredible piece of media. It deserves high ratings for sure. So very good, very good. I approve. And I approve of this person right here as well. Well, gang, we've braved the depths of Letterboxd, and I think we found some interesting things. I'm glad to see the fan base has rallied around the OG MLP movies, Equestria Girls, and the specials with a passion. Also, I'm reasonably certain a handful of people in film school wrote papers on some of these pieces of media, and that makes me really happy. You know, if I ever went to film school, that's definitely what I'd do. If you're so inclined, check out Letterboxd, follow me and other horse people on there, and most importantly, be the different breed of hero you want to see in the world. And I'll see you all next time. So long, folks.